Acceptance of self, warts and all, is either very easy for some people or for others, it's very, very hard. Hi, I'm Barbara Ann Shepherd, your personal mastery and accountability coach. I know for me, acceptance of self has been hard. I grew up as a twin, and as you can imagine, it can go one of two ways. You're lucky enough to get parents who treat you as individuals, or you get ones that are like, oh my gosh, you're both the same because you're twins. Or there's the third option. You get a little bit of both wrapped up together from your parents. I was the third. So we were treated as individuals, yet I also got the why can't you be more like my twin sister? Why can't you be more like? Why can't you do it the same way she does? Why are you being obstinate? Why are you being stubborn? Why are you doing it your way? So I grew up with that kind of dichotomy of be this way, but be yourself. I want you to do it this way, but be yourself. And so I learned how to walk the fine edge of how do I get her to just leave me alone? And it was more my mother because my father was out of the picture, but my stepdad just kind of let us do our thing, which was great in a way, yet he never stood up for us either. He just kind of went, she's your mom. That's the way it is. And just let it go. So acceptance of myself as I am, the good and the bad, has been hard for me because I've always pushed the stuff that I didn't like into the background, or I put a mask on it and made it look like I was following along with my sister. So that way harmony could be done in the household instead of having fights or all this kind of stuff. And after a while, it became a habit. It became a way of life to the point where it was like putting on a article of clothing in the morning. And it's very hard to take that off after a while. So I haven't really been myself, yet I want to do that. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be this way, though I've done it this way for so long, I just can't take it off? Yeah, I've been there. And it can be very, very hard to stop the thoughts. Though when we gain the awareness that, oh my gosh, I'm doing it again, we also gain more knowledge of what situation am I in when I do this? Why do I do it? What's the trigger of me putting that mask back on or retreating back into a habit of ignoring everything and just being like, it's just the way life is, instead of making it what I want. And I'm hoping that you will understand that when we accept our faults, the warts, if you will, of our life, it actually frees us to do the things that we really want to do. We don't have to spend a ton of time working on them, but acknowledging them and bringing them into the light and going, okay, this is not my area of expertise. Yet, what can I do to maybe increase that just a little bit so that I can actually buttress, strengthen, create a better foundation for the things that I love to do? And when we have that strength, that acceptance that, okay, I'm not the best at everything, and that's okay. There are people out there who love to do the things that I absolutely hate to do. Case in point, I went and got my taxes done on Friday. Now, I was a tax preparer back in college because it was a job and it helped me get through school. And she's like, oh, so you've done this before. So why don't you come work for us? We could always use the help. And the immediate, I didn't even have to think about it. It was an automatic, my body just flat out, and it spit out no, because that is something that I do not love to do. It was, I did it because I had to. It was a job. It was not my passion. And she was laughing at me by the time I explained it, but she was like, nope, just nope. We have that. When we listen to our body, when we listen to the thoughts that we have, and we just sit in silence sometimes going, what do I need? What do I need? What do I want? Because what we want sometimes isn't what we need. That's when life tends to throw us the curveballs. And all of a sudden we're like, this isn't what I asked for. Yet it's what we really needed at the time. It's kind of like you're scrolling through Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and all of a sudden you get this video and a light goes on, right? You didn't know you needed it. And all of a sudden your life shifts just a little bit. That's what a great conversation does. That's what having someone to be able to sound off with. Because sometimes what sounds great in our head does not sound good when it comes out of our mouth, right? We just all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, that's not a great idea. Sounds really good in our head, but you say it to somebody else and all of a sudden it's like, nope. But here's the thing too. We also have to accept the fact that sometimes what we say to ourselves isn't what we need either. And so having that sounding board and having someone, and sometimes even a perfect stranger is better than somebody we really know or somebody who knows us very well, can help you to realize that, oh, that's okay. Ooh, this wasn't so good. Maybe this is great, but we can work through things that we never thought possible because we now take the emotion out of it. Emotion is great. We need it. It helps us, yet there's times when we don't need it. Emotions is what helps us create our memory. And that's what sticks in the memory. When we have those emotions, whether it be love, hate, or anything in between, we have to step out of that and be an observer to that particular memory and go, was this really what happened? Did it not? And when we accept the fact that, okay, maybe we had a part to play in this, or that was just something. What did I learn from it? What did I need from that particular situation, conversation, engagement, whatever it would be? So acceptance, self-acceptance, and self-awareness leads us into self-knowledge. And it's just a perpetual cycle if we use it correctly. It will help us transform our lives, move into things that we didn't even know we needed to do for our business, for our family, for everything else. And it gets us into action. That's a big piece of all this. We can't just sit here and think all day. We actually have to take an action. So for me, this is taking an action. I'm able to talk to all of you through this beautiful camera and be able to disseminate my thoughts and be able to say, hey, does this sound right? Does this resonate with you? If so, let's have a conversation. Let's go deeper on this subject because it might be something that you need. Maybe not so much what I need, though sometimes out of a conversation that I didn't think I needed, all of a sudden pops up a gem that just blows up my world. So today, book a call with me at gracefulwarriorcoaching.com or over on my Facebook page. There's a link there that you can also use to book a call with me. And let's have a deeper conversation about this. What does acceptance look like for you? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the things that make you feel stuck? What are the things that light you up? What are the things that just aren't your thing? Maybe we can connect you with somebody that is your thing, or at least their thing, so that way you can do your thing that you really love to do. So take a shot. Do it today. Accept where you are isn't where you need to stay. It's not who you are either. So let's start this wonderful journey to unleash your inner warrior so that you can have the power, the freedom, and the clarity you need to design your own graceful warrior lifestyle.